Hey guys, Stitching May here with my February update. I've got some progress to show you. I've got a very small haul to show you. I've got some Happy Mail to show you, and I've got kind of a do-it-yourself craft thingy that I made. I'll start with the craft thing because it's not that big of a deal. Some people on my forum are starting to keep their floss, or some of them apparently have done it for a while. And what they do is they'll keep their floss till the end of the year, and at Christmas they'll put it in one of those clear ornaments that you get at Michael's and hang it on a tree because it's got a lot of colors in it. I don't know that I'll actually do the ornament, but I am kind of curious to see how much floss I can collect by the end of the year to see how many snippets I have. I started this out in January, and my husband was straightening up in my cross stitch area, and I had a little, like a plastic mug thing. I don't even know where it came from, some tavern or something from years ago, but he thought that it was trash. He thought I was just using it as a little trash can, and he was being awesome and sweet and helping me, and he straightened up my area and he dumped it out. You can't be mad when he's helping you out, right? So anyway, I started over, and instead of doing the mug, I ran out of wet wipes or wet ones in my car. I'm not doing a plug here, an advertisement, but my sister cut the middle part out, and I've just been using this as my little floss container. It's perfect. The snips fit perfect through the little hole, and it holds it. This is obvious to my husband, hopefully, that this is not something that's going to be dumped. It's obvious that I've purposely done this, but I just saw it in the car, and I was like, hey, I'm going to save that, and I'm going to put my floss snippets in there. And I had my sister, I tried to cut it out, my sister ended up cutting it out, but it was my idea, so I'm stealing it, even though she kind of did it. But that's it, nothing big, but just thought I would share just in case you guys wanted to use it, or I guess, I mean, even some of the paper crafters could use it for some scraps or something, I don't know. But just an upcycle. I was proud of myself. Okay, and on to the Happy Mail. One of the girls on my forum sent me, it came in two just separate mails, but actually I'm just gonna count it as one because it's from the same person. She found out that I eventually want to do Azuka by AAN, and she actually, I think, had the pattern or gifted the pattern, I'm not sure, but she sent me the pattern. She wasn't using it, or is not going to use it. And then she also made this little sewing package thingy for me and sent it to me. I cannot sew, and I had started sewing a while back ago, made some curtains. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. They're actually usable. They are hanging up in our house, but I cheated and used a pattern that you wouldn't be able to tell that they're completely probably crooked when you looked at them. But this just amazes me at the skill. Some of you sewers probably think, okay, that's simple. I don't know. But it's got a little needle holder in it. And then the needle holder goes in this little packet here. And then it has a place for my scissors. And then a place for my pen. And it's for when you go on the go. And it's got this little closure on it. I am completely impressed. I think she got the idea from Pinterest. If some of you want to look into it, I don't know. I'll ask her where she got the idea if you guys want me to, and post it. Because I don't think this is her own creation. I think she followed a pattern. But it looks like it's just folded over 3 times and sewn together. I say just. I couldn't do this. I can't sew a straight line. But that's my Happy Mail. And now on to my haul. This month I went, I'm still doing the Stitch from Stash, and this month I stayed within the $12.65, or that's how much I spent. I stayed within the $25 budget. I spent $12.65. The only thing that I got that doesn't count for Stash is I got some more Q-snap clamps, but they said that hoops and stuff like that don't count. And needles, if you need them. Now, if you're just buying needles just to vamp up your stash, of course they count. But if you need the needles, then they don't count, which I didn't get any needles. But let's see here. Some of my stuff isn't here yet. I purchased Crazy Annie Stitching on Bonanza. Had a huge sale the weekend of the Super Bowl. And because the sale was so big, I think when her shipping is delayed. Plus, we've had 2 episodes of snow since I talked to you guys last. And by the way, 30 inches of snow can shut our entire state of Georgia down, just to let you know. So it hasn't got here yet. I'm not worried about it. It always gets here. I think it's just that it's kind of delayed due to the weather and due to the size of the sale she had. Of that, only one pattern is going to count towards my stash because I got a lot of patterns I've been wanting to do a giveaway, and I think I'm going to do it in April, but I've been kind of getting things here and there for it, and I got some I got a few patterns to go into the giveaway. But I did get one pattern to go towards myself, and it was $1.25. So I think that I did pretty good considering that, you know, I got a pattern for myself and it was, you know, less than $2. I did stop at my local needlework store and I was picking up some floss, and she had her Kreinik $1 a spool. So I got like 3 of those, just some random colors, nothing to really show. And then I did end up needing to get some more floss for my verse, so that counted towards my stash. And then I got these needle threaders, and I'm gonna count these because scissors count. So I got a floss cutter or a thread cutter on the end, so I'm gonna count it. I got these at a store called Tuesday Morning, and it's actually, I got 3 of these for 99 cents, 3 packages, which is a total of 6 floss threaders for 99 cents. And they're not the metal ones, they're actually hard plastic handles, and they've got the metal floss threader or needle threader, and then they've actually got a floss cutter on the end, like a little blade on the end that you can cut the floss with. I'm going to try that at some point. I think that may be a lot safer than scissors. If on the off chance my son's awake and I'm stitching, I won't have to worry about him grabbing my scissors and running with it. But that's that. And these scissors are snips that I finally got. I have been looking at for several months, and I just keep putting them down and not getting them. Or not necessarily these, but ones like these. These are the ones that you don't have to, you know, thread your fingers through the scissors. They're just the little snips. I got these at Hobby Lobby. They were normally $9.99, but I used my 40% off coupon and got them for, I rounded up to $6. I think it was like $5.80 or something, but I got those. So far I'm liking them. I will say, I realized these little grips right here, you have to put your fingers there. If you put them back here, it doesn't cut as well. I don't know if you don't get enough strength on it or whatever, but you have to put them right there to really get the snip. They're very sharp. They even come with a little container to protect your blade. So, but those are that's that. And I think that's really everything that I got. I mean, most of my stuff was floss and Kreinik, and then the other stuff isn't here yet. So if that I'm sure that will come before the next video, and I'll show it on the next video. But you'll have to remember that doesn't count towards that month. It counts towards this month. So I'll start with my works in progress. I guess I'm gonna go in order of the way that I work on them. So let me start out with my Christmas Cardinal Ball by AAN. I got a pretty good bit done on this. I've realized that if I listen to audiobooks instead of watching TV when I stitch, I get a lot more done. I did not realize how much the TV did distract me. I'll stop or get caught up in it and realize that I've been sitting there for 45 minutes and haven't done a single stitch. But here is where I'm at with that. Let's see if I can get more control over this. There we go. That's where I'm at on that. You'll notice that I did a solid color for the ribbon. The pattern actually calls for all to be like whatever color you make the ball or the ornament. My husband actually suggested doing a solid color on the ribbon. That way, because, you know, you wouldn't do the exact same color on your tree or anything. And he suggested, at first he was like, what about gold? And I said, well, I've got silver in the background. He said, well, do silver. So I tried it, and I was really positively love it on there. He doesn't suggest a lot for my stitching because, you know, he's not a stitcher, so normally he's like, yeah, it's whatever you think, it's whatever you think. But he actually came out and said, hey, I think you should do this. So I was, of course, was gonna, you know, comply as he gave his opinion. I'm absolutely loving stitching this. It's coming along pretty quick. The thing that's hard is that it's symmetrical. So whatever's on this side is going to be the exact same thing on this side, just kind of, or mirror image, you know. So if you're at all off, it's going to look messed up. So you have to be really careful. Like I've caught myself counting and recounting. I had to do some frogging to pull it out and things. But I love to stitch. I love her. I love stitching AA, and that was my first one I ever did by her or started by her, and I loved it. Here's the verse that I've been working on for my coworker. I have some really exciting news. Where I'm at now, I've got just a few more stitches of this one page one more whole page, and then the rest of them are like half pages. And I think it adds up to like only a total of 3. One whole page and then a total of 2 pages kind of broken up. So I'm very excited. I'm more than halfway done. I think I'm about where, no, I was farther along. I was about to say, I think I was where I was when it got ruined last time. But there's that. And I love stitching. I mean, I'm getting more excited because I'm seeing the end come along. So it's getting easier to stitch. I'm also gonna confess, I'm not as concerned about the back as I was before. Before, I was trying not to carry anything over, that kind of thing, and I've given up on that. I'm not knotting anything or making big nests or knots or anything. I'm just not worried about like completely pulling a thread over a spot or something. Because I realize this fabric's dark enough that it's probably not gonna show through. Okay, and in 99 bottles, I've gotten, I think, 2 1/4 more bottles done. This is my favorite one. Besides Starry Night, this is probably my favorite stitch to work on, or project to work on. Because of the fact that I treat each bottle like a finish, I don't know, instead of like looking at the whole big picture. Because I felt like I was getting a long way, and then I looked back at the finished design again and realized that I've only got, what, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bottles completed out of 99. So, but there's that. And I'm still loving my Needle Needs frame. And here is my start on the AAN Mystery Sampler. I don't know if I don't think, I told you guys I was going to go into detail about that, and then I forgot to in the last video. I'm part of the AAN Facebook group, which is kind of a fan page. It's all just people posting their completions of just her stuff. She is a member of the group, and she is active in the group. Comments on our pictures, will ask any questions, very active. I'm very impressed by her. She designed this stitch along for just her fans, or just the people on her Facebook. If you remember the Facebook group, you could, it's an open group, then you could sign up to do the SAL, and then you were moved to a private group as well, and that's where we're posting pictures of this and questions and stuff like that. It's a 7-piece SAL, but I think it's gonna go over 8 months, because I think right in the middle she's gonna do a break and a free month where you don't get any pattern to kind of give you time to catch up with the rest of everybody if you're behind. And once I got started, it was a very easy pattern to do, very quick stitch, very pretty. I'm loving it. The hard part of getting started was that I am somebody that has to start in the middle, or I have to grid. And I've never gridded on linen. This is 32 count linen. And I'm afraid I'll mess it up. But when we got the pattern, it didn't start in the middle, which is fine. But it didn't tell us how many from the middle it was. Like, it didn't say how many you need to go over and how many you needed to go down. So even if I had gridded the fabric, I wouldn't have been able to tell where to start, because I wouldn't have had the grid lines. A lot of people were able to measure out their fabric and measure in so many from the border. You know, I ended up getting a much bigger piece of fabric than I needed. I didn't buy it from a true local needle shop where they can cut your fabric exactly to the size that you need. I got it through 1 2 3 Stitch, and because of that, you know, they do, like, I think fat quarter, that kind of thing. So, and my project was like, either it's going to be cutting it very, very close with no room for fraying or no room for mistakes, or it was going to be way too big. So I went with the way too big piece of fabric. And I don't trust my measuring. That's another reason I'm not a seamstress, because I can't measure. So I didn't want to just measure my border in and start and it be completely wrong. She did, after, like, some people started asking me about the middle, she's posted so many different ways of starting, how many off, how many over, that kind of thing. She's been so helpful with this, with people getting the start. I think she's posted at least 3 or 4 versions of the pattern, different symbols, bigger symbols, showing where to start, where not to start, and that kind of thing. So I'm very, very, very impressed with her response to our questions. It's not like she's just throwing this out there to the wolves. But there it is again. I love stitching it. And that's really everything for this month. Like I said, I did get some more stitching done, but no finishes, but all my projects are kind of big. I will throw in there, I was going to ask you guys, I don't know, I gotta try a better tripod for Christmas, and I found a way that I can do the tripod with just my hands, kind of like the tutorial view. I don't know if you guys like seeing me, or if y'all would rather me holding up the projects, or if you would rather just me have like the tabletop and pull my projects in to where you can see the projects a little closer. Just let me know what you think and what you prefer. If you prefer to see me and me hold up the projects, I'll do it that way. If you guys prefer for me to show just the projects and tabletop, I'll try to do it that way. Just, leave a comment or send me a private message. Let me know what you think. I think that is everything for this video. Some of you guys asked about my son. His teething's much, much better. And I don't think the teeth have come through completely. I think they've given him a break. I've, as you can see, been able to stitch more once he goes to bed. So he has been sleeping a lot better. But that's really everything for now. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. And of course, feel free to rate and subscribe. Thanks for watching.